first you will need a jar, some blue paint, some red paint, a painter's tray, and stars and a paintbrush. So since my jar has a label, I'm just going to remove it, and then I'm going to remove that little sticky stuff with alcohol. If your jar is a regular mason jar or just doesn't have a label, you don't have to do this. You can just skip this step.
I'm still waiting for that moment.
So now I'm going to use tape, and I'm going to tape it about halfway so that I know when to stop painting blue and to start painting red.
But it won't hold me like you do, but I do it for the love.
Alright, so then now that we have painted our jar and we let it sit out to dry, we're going to go ahead and remove the tape that we put on originally, and it's just going to reveal like a straight line going across the blue. Okay, so we're going to put more tape on the jar before we put the red on. We're just going to get the tape and start at the blue and then put it all the way down and then cut it. And then you're just going to do this all the way around the jar. It's going to give you a guideline to where to put the red, and it's also going to give us straight lines when we remove the tape.
Like the way, maybe you should learn to love her. Like the way. Maybe you should learn.
So this part is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to put the red onto the empty spaces. Yeah, we're going to go with that, empty spaces. And you can put as many coats as you want. I suggest to let one coat dry and then put the other coat if you are going to put more than one coat. But here, I really wanted the red to be a little more transparent, so I'm just going to put one coat. So for your USA welcome sign, you're going to need one board, letters, paint, paintbrush, and glue and stars. Since this board doesn't have any holes, so it's hard for us to hang it, I'm going to go ahead and just drill some holes. Now I'm going to paint the letters, red, white, and blue, and I'm painting the heart. I changed up the heart later on because I didn't like it as much and I wanted it to be more sparkly. So now we're just going to glue the letters down onto the board, and I'm just going to add some extra little cuteness with some stars. Now using regular white glue and glitter, I'm just going to glitter out my star and let it dry. So first I'm just going to iron out my headband. Now I'm just going to measure to make sure how long I want it to be or how thick. Now I'm just going to draw a line across those dots that I originally made to give me a guideline to where to cut, and I'm going to cut straight across. Okay, so now for our bandana, I'm just going to fold one part in so that it looks seamless. I'm going to iron that so I have a straight line. I'm going to get some iron-on tape, measure it, cut it, put that on the inside, and then iron that on down. So to make our bandana a little more maneuverable, I'm just going to take this thin wire and twist the top. Do this to both ends. I'm going to twist it twice so we don't get stabbed. And then I'm going to feed it through the bandana and iron it shut. And that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a safe and happy form.